Alright, we're good.
Be like,
Bussin' with the boys, hanging with the fellas, betting on a game. No woman's gonna tell us what to do, and I've been over here just drinking beer and making that noise. Baby, I'm hanging with the fellas, bussin' with the boys.
Bro.
Up on here, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Bussin' with the Boys, episode 304, and Thanksgiving week. Let's get a round of applause for that. We have a lot to be thankful for, but one thing we're more thankful for than most is the Chevy Silverado, and there's a reason why we've never done a tier talk of best pickup trucks, and that's because for Bussin' with the Boys, there's only one pickup truck, the Chevy Silverado. Why is that? Silverado is a partner you can depend on. We've all spent time driving and using a Silverado for all kinds of adventures and other shenanigans. Silverado was a partner with us on the spring tour, and they were on the fall tour, and God willing, they will be in 2025 as well. Silverado brings grit, legendary grit paired with modern truck tech inside and out, massive screens and up to 8 cameras, and with 14 different views to help make driving, towing, and parking all easier. We love the bold blacked out look of the new Silverado HD Trail Boss. There's a reason Chevy is America's most awarded brand for new vehicle quality over the last 3 years, according to JD Power. Will Compton, as always, has himself a ZR2. That thing looks amazing every time it pulls in the parking lot. Heads turn, necks crank. People go to the chiropractor. That's the action it takes. So go ahead and head over to Chevy.com and build your own Silverado or Silverado HD and check out all the current offers on Silverado. Discover a world of strength and capability, all behind the wheel of our favorite truck, the Chevy Silverado. Chevrolet received the highest total number of awards compared to all other brands in JD Power 2022 through 2024 U.S. Initial Quality Studies. Visit jdpower.com/awards for more details. Awards based on 2022 through 2024. Let's give another round of applause for the boys in Lincoln, Nebraska. For the longest time, have not been able to say they are, but now they are officially rolling that ball down the lanes. They are going bowling! And in just great fashion, too. Stomping out, getting a win, going bowling, and also getting right from that 2012 game against the Wisconsin Badgers. Will, congratulations.
Thank you.
You boys are bowling.
Thank you.
You've done it. You fucking done it. How do we feel?
It feels amazing. Look, feed us the SEC.
Oh,
Feed us the SEC. We just mopped the Wisconsin Badgers, by the way, who took the number one team in the country down to the wire. Nebraska, pre-Holgerson, took Ohio State, the number 2 ranked team in the country, all the way down to the fourth quarter. I'm not going to sit here and speculate where we would be if we would have had Holgerson all year long, but I'm telling you this. 8 wins is staring us right in the face, and it's going to be through the SEC, and I can't fucking wait because the SEC just showed their ass this weekend. Number one, I apologize.
thank you.
I apologize. I did an official statement on Twitter.
Crazy.
I was trying to be realistic. I was like, you know what, Will? Put the sword down about the Big Ten. Let's give the SEC their flowers. They're talking about this college football playoff picture. For the first time in a long time, I'm kind of seeing eye to eye with them. I agree. It's like we don't need the Boise States, the Armies of the world. We don't need them infiltrating the college football
You also
playoff.
said mean things about Arizona State.
I didn't say mean things about it.
On the locker room.
What I say mean
locker
about
room where you said Boise State,
What-
Army,
hang on, time
Arizona
out.
State, and you said, how do you think they would do against these big, bad SEC teams?
Is that what I said?
Yeah, you were basically
I don't
saying,
think hang on, time
you
out.
were basically saying all these non-power 4 conferences.
Hang on.
belong.
I don't think I said anything mean about Arizona State. I said I have Colorado winning the Big 12. They lost. So yeah, I'm fired up about Arizona State. I said I'm fired up for an Arizona State Big 12 championship game for them to go, knowing that they were ranked last and counted out from the very beginning. I never said anything bad about Arizona State.
It's been pretty crazy out there. It's been a crazy week for Will Compton flipping.
Because I was having a sense of realism. You have 9 teams that are ranked inside the top 25. Pretty much, you're thinking about this chaos that's going to ensue in the Big Ten, in the SEC between all of these 2-loss teams like Ole Miss, Alabama, Georgia, Tennessee, and they just folded over the weekend to all of these very below average SEC teams. And I'm sitting there watching it, and I'm not upset that I was wrong. I'm happy. I'm elated that I was wrong because I was like, The Big Ten really does have the best teams going for them right now. And the SEC, especially like guys like Paul Finneybaum, a lot of our busts in the back, they're all pro SEC. It's like, oh, they kind of are average. They aren't who we thought they were, the SEC is.
Yes.
And now we're sitting here in a spot where, Jack, I have to say sorry to you. I came in last week, was trying to start chaos. I was like, hey, it seems like Tennessee's going to be the 1-2 loss team who's just going to be unlucky in this whole matter because Alabama's been handling business since you guys beat them by 3 points out in Tennessee. Sucks to be Jack. Sucks to be Tennessee. Jack, are you going to just take this from them or are you going to just sit there while Bama and all these other teams have their cake about it? I was trying to get you worked up, and now I apologize because you guys have a shot now as well.
A real
because
shot.
Of how much the SEC shit down their leg over the weekend.
It's looking like as long as all the teams play out this following weekend, that we can have a rematch versus Georgia in 8 versus 9, which would be really intense.
Timeout. Tennessee versus Georgia in the SEC championship?
No, in the college football playoff.
College football playoff. Tennessee's not going to the SEC championship.
You guys don't have a shot?
Which is the best case scenario for Tennessee.
Versus the winner of Texas and Texas A&M.
Yeah.
Georgia
Say it again, JP.
Georgia's in.
Georgia doesn't have anybody this week?
SEC championship?
No, they have Georgia Tech.
Yeah, so it doesn't
Oh, hang on now. Georgia's got to get past Georgia Tech.
it doesn't matter for the SEC championship.
Yeah. Even if they lose.
Oh, man, that sucks.
No,
But they do got-
That doesn't suck.
Tennessee doesn't want to play in the SEC championship.
Oh, why not?
I wouldn't want to.
Yeah.
Extra game. Also, you got to go play Texas, and then there's just too many factors that go into that would scare the shit out of me.
They right now they have easy street on their way to the college football playoff.
It's just, guys, I am so sorry. Taylor, I am so sorry. To the
Don't
Big
apologize to
Ten,
me.
I am so sorry.
Yeah, for sure apologize, actually.
For a week falling off the horse, acting like the SEC is that conference. They're in such a place that they don't want to be a part of a championship game because they're too scared of all the variables going into a college football playoff. That's not the SEC everyone talks about. Ever.
Anytime, anywhere, any place. That's how the SEC talks.
Now they don't want any part of, hey, I don't think I want to go in the SEC championship because that makes me nervous.
He said the word scary. He said it's scary to me.
Too many variables.
Too many variables that are scary to me.
Over here when he's like, dude, they don't want to go. They don't want to go this.
They don't want to go this. It's the easiest thing for Tennessee. And when Tennessee's in the playoff, because my boys will be at the Music City Bowl, pray to God, I'll be rooting for Tennessee, unless they're playing Oregon. If they're playing Ohio State, for sure, absolutely would love Tennessee to win that game. But hey, let me just say something to you, brother.
Let me in this
go ahead.
Unless
what?
Tennessee has to play Oregon.
Oh God, which would be the winner of if we do play Georgia in the first round.
Hey, I want to just say to you, thank you for you to go in and have the strong stance you had last week after years of you and me sitting arm in arm, side by side, saying the Big Ten is the best conference, and then have a lapse in judgment, which, it hurt me. And I said a couple things.
The new dad brain could be just
and little
hospital walls
hours,
getting to me.
Just not even getting sleep and stuff like that.
Is.
The diaper changes, the hey, do you mind? All the hey, do you minds they can wear on
all
a guy.
All the dishes I've been washing.
And so I got my daughter out in Michigan this weekend. I'm thinking, man, my best friend's changed. And I'm really having a hard time being present with my oldest daughter because I was so hurt by this. But now, dude, and also a lot of people, they would still stand 10 toes down and be like, no. That's why the SEC is so good is because we can just beat up on each other. And that's how it all works. That's why people take advantage of us. For you to come in here and get back to reality with me, brother, come here. Come on. That is amazing.
Give me South Carolina in the Music City Bowl. Yeah. Give Nebraska, South Carolina. We're beating anybody's ass right now. Line them up. We're knocking them down.
Give us Nebraska.
Dana
that
Holgerson.
Might be the easiest game on our schedule.
No, sir. You guys almost lost to Mizzou.
Yeah, Missouri is ranked.
Mizzou is not that good.
I don't know which Missouri team you're watching. They started out not so great.
The team that lost 30-0 to Alabama.
They started out.
Alabama just got mopped by Oklahoma. That Mizzou
They
team
started
is what
out
I'm
not
talking
so
about.
great.
No, geez.
They started out not so great.
You're as pissed as I am. I'm upset too. I live betted Alabama 3 times.
3 times?
I live betted them 3 times. I saw JP even tweet and I'm like, yeah, bro.
Listen,
I'll do it again. I'll fucking do it again.
We talked about a man can only take so many would do you minds before you come in with piss and vinegar like this. No doubt. I get it, man.
Sorry for interrupting you. Sorry for interrupting you. But yeah, go ahead and talk about how Nebraska would be your easiest game.
They wouldn't be our easiest game because we did just play Wofford. But it would go Wofford, Old Dominion, Nebraska.
Okay.
Missouri.
You think out of all the Big Ten teams,
I think Missouri is better than Nebraska.
Okay. Not a shot in hell.
Y'all lost to UCLA.
We did, but that was Satterfield. That was pre-Holgerson.
But
That was pre-Holgerson.
Pre-Holgerson.
JP, out of all people, you're going to sit there and say this Holgerson guy's not a difference maker?
oh, he's a difference maker for
Putting
sure.
a sat back with the tight ends isn't a difference maker. That Matt Rule just put his ego aside. Everybody calling for him. Had to make a tough decision and brought in Dana Holgerson.
Tough decision. That might have been the easiest decision.
But I'm saying, you know how people get when a head coach is sitting there like, oh, how are you going to make a decision now when you're paid millions and millions of dollars that you think this is the best move to bring somebody new in?
Everybody wanted him to do that.
All to say, you don't think him going with Holgerson over Satterfield's not a pivotal decision?
But yeah, it's a great decision.
Then what are
But
we talking
he
about?
needs more 2 games. I'm not going to be like, this guy is the greatest offensive coordinator in the country.
I'm not saying he's the greatest. I'm saying we mopped the Wisconsin team who took Oregon all the way down to the wire, the best team in college football.
So is
And
Wisconsin good?
If we have Holgerson, we beat Ohio State.
We don't know. I mean,
We don't
I
know.
hope y'all would.
You're right. I don't want to speculate.
But probably.
I would
But
want y'all
probably.
to beat Ohio State. I want Nebraska to be the best team in the Big Ten. Sorry.
Here's a question. Speaking of Ohio State, does Indiana deserve to be in the college football playoff?
Yes, they deserve it, bro. I would say when they got
JB, you passed me water.
when they got their ass kicked by Ohio State over the weekend, which was obviously
Disappointing.
a possibility. I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh damn. The case now for Indiana to be out is very much alive and there. But then you flip over to fucking Ole Miss, Alabama, these teams that are just dropping that they should not have dropped. Like we will have fun and talk about the fall of the SEC and we'll badger each other and try to get it under each other's skin. But I mean, Garrett Bama cannot get mopped by Oklahoma.
We scored 3 points.
Ole Miss when they have everything in front of them have paid for the roster that they've paid for.
3
Lane
interceptions
Kiffin,
in 1 minute.
That offense, you cannot drop that game. You cannot drop that game.
Jackson
This late
Dart,
in the
too
year.
horny. Couldn't do it. Couldn't pull it off.
Yeah, it was a tough watch, especially seeing how Ole Miss went down.
Texas
Even-
A&M.
even Colorado.
Texas A&M, bro. You cannot lose that game.
Jordan Hare is cursed. I mean, you heard Nick Saban say it on game day. That place is cursed. Everyone knows that from watching the last game. Like, I'm glad we play Auburn at home this weekend. Because if it was there, I don't like it at all. Which is crazy to say. But
What I see what is Venables?
Venables, yeah.
His smile the entire game. I'm like, oh my god.
He's got like
bro,
a
they
villain
really
smile.
Just fucking
He's got a
did it.
villain smile. I mean, they ran basically Vandy's offense scheme against us. Ran the ball, which is crazy that we still anticipated the pass. We played 3-3-5 the whole game. We didn't blitz. We blitzed with 14 seconds left, up 42-7 against Ole Miss 2 weeks ago, and we blitzed like 4 times against Oklahoma. Doesn't make any sense to me. Offense, it was pretty bad. I mean, where we've had success is running the ball, and we try to do it again and force it. Sometimes you got to throw it. When Ryan drops his first pass, I was like, oh, we're in for one. We're in for one. And he did a fucking TikTok with Baby Gronk.
That's the issue right there.
It is the issue.
You get influenced by Baby Gronk's dad.
But no,
you're
we
fucking
go all
done.
the way to Norman to kick a field goal, and but yeah, it's not good. Not good at all.
Especially when it seemed like you guys could
Well, we also
kind of control your
with
own
how-
destiny.
Well, before the game starts, because Ole Miss loses, Alabama wins against Oklahoma, wins against Auburn, you're guaranteed in the SEC championship and the playoff.
See, that's the mindset of a guy who's seen a lot of championships. He
And you-
sees a path to the SEC championship.
And you go out there and you fucking do nothing.
God.
Absolutely nothing.
Now, I didn't get to watch the game. I was in Ann Arbor. Did Oklahoma storm the field?
Twice.
Twice.
They stormed with 28 seconds left.
Are we?
Which is so nuts
Are we-
that they can't see a clock.
Are we getting to a point? Because every time Alabama loses, the team storms the field.
Yeah,
Are we
I
going to
mean-
get to a point soon where we're not storming the field anymore against Alabama? Is that reign of Alabama over? Is the question.
I don't think so. I think what sucks is that DeBoer has just inherited all this shit that Alabama's given to everyone for the past.
I think Oklahoma stormed because they've had such a bad, very under expectation year. They've underperformed all year long that it wasn't.
well, they've
necessarily-
ruined somebody's season. That's why.
Right. I would say not necessarily Alabama, but the thought that they just took down Alabama with everything they've went through all year, just underperforming, and then having a performance like that.
Right.
It's kind of like, I mean, Nebraska fans were coming on.
If they won by a field goal.
Yeah, but that's a first bowl game.
For sure. And I'm just saying, like, probably the psychology.
No.
What?
Yeah, storm the field for a bowl game.
Bro, if you
That's where they're at.
if you have the longest drought in college football,
It's not
then yes, you
necessarily.
can.
It's not that we made a bowl game. It's just the pain that has been endured
That
for a
quarterback was-
decade, bro.
Yeah,
For
I
a
get it,
decade.
but-
They're happy. They didn't storm the field like we just upset a team. Like they were slowly coming on the field celebrating with the players because the senior class, some guys that stuck around, that stayed with the team, that whether they declared for the draft or hit the portal to go somewhere else, like the group of seniors that stayed, it was just like this is a massive win for the community, for the state, for the end. The end. Bro.
Who's that nose tackle? Zero? White guy? The polar bear?
Yeah. Polar bear is 0. And then Ty Robinson is 9.
That polar bear kid might be my favorite player in Nebraska. Just always going. He's a senior, right?
You could be having you're probably thinking of Ty.
Whoever the big dude that when we went to Michigan and we saw Mason Graham and then we went to
Ty's
Nebraska.
the one who's done like the press conferences that talk about this is why you play for Nebraska.
I haven't seen the press conferences. I'm talking about the big thick
They
boy
do
in the
kinda
middle
look
on
alike.
defense.
I mean, you got 0, you got Ty.
Show me Ty real quick.
That one's Ty.
Okay,
I mean,
show
they're
me the
both-
other one.
They're very similar. Both have buzzed heads, big corn-fed white boys.
Yeah, just grinders.
Yeah, this one's Nash. Number 9 is Ty.
Made me
Ty
feel dumb.
Robinson.
Yeah, this kid's a senior. 9. That's who it is. That's who I'm looking at. 9.
Yeah,
Grinder.
he's a senior. Yeah.
Just seeing the effort from that boy. And he's a senior, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I've asked that 3 times. That's the kind of shit. That fires me up for a kid like that have the motor he did when we saw him against Colorado. Dude, I'm fired up for Nebraska. Congratulations
I
again.
Thank you.
That's amazing. Bowl game. What are we thinking? You want the same thing as Michigan?
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of forget how the bowl games factor, but if we win when we beat Iowa this week and we're 7-5,
The 2.5
I
point
would
favorites.
almost-
Oh no, they're underdogs.
I would say there'll be 4 teams getting into the college football playoff from the Big Ten. I would say Nebraska will be the one that whatever bowl game gets first pick at Big Ten will probably be salivating to get the
chomping
Huskers.
at the bits to get Nebraska.
So I don't know what that is.
So you think you're going like a Jan 1, like a Capital One bowl?
I don't know. I don't know how the bowl games.
I don't know.
I don't know how they sort
Yeah,
themselves
especially
out
with the
this year.
new playoff. I wouldn't have any.
But
clue
look
on
at our
that.
standings. Go to our standings.
I'm going to play Vandy.
Darius Rucker Bowl. That's a round schedule game.
Yeah, you're gonna have pretty much all of us tied. Well, I mean, you guys have a lot. I hope you guys win.
I need y'all to win.
If you guys beat Ohio State, we will all sit in there being tied.
So, yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. Like,
I like-
the bowl committee.
yeah.
I would almost assume that they'll be salivating to try to get the Nebraska fan base
Right.
to that.
So
top
going
level.
off Michigan and Ohio State, as it stands right now, Ohio State's favored by 20.5 points. As it stands right now.
Hey,
now
the
here's
good news. You put a 50 on
put up
Northwestern.
and you know what? Ohio State put on Northwestern only 31, and they let them score a touchdown. So this is the reason why I believe, and I'll talk more about this in the locker room. I believe that this is maybe the lock pick of the year. Michigan plus 20.5.
Okay, plus 20. I thought you were gonna say money line.
No. And but
You never
there's a
know.
huge possibility
You
for that as
truly
well.
never know.
But if you look at just the time that I was at Michigan, and we like when I was at Michigan, we were terrible. I got a chance to speak to the team today, or sorry, on Friday before the Northwestern game, which I put up the most points ever. Is that a coincidence? I'll let the fans decide. But I spoke to them, and I even told them then, like, hey, I was ass. So thank you for bringing back the culture of Michigan. It was amazing. When we were as bad as we were, we ended up going 7-5 one year. We were fighting for that 6-6. We would always be, double-digit underdogs against Ohio State. And in 2013, I believe, was when Ohio State was banned because of their little tattoo scandal from going to any bowl games. They were undefeated. We had 4 losses, about to have 5, and it was 41-42 with us with the ball going for 2 at the end of the game to win it. And we had no business being in that game. This is a week where if there are large lines on rivalry underdogs, this is the time to take those picks.
I love that.
You got to take those picks because it's just something about those colors versus the other colors and seeing them in the hatred. They just have a way of playing up because we know Ohio State has paid for all their talent. Ohio State has maybe the most talented team in college football. Will they put it all together, win a national championship? I don't think so. But you got Michigan, who they've lost a lot of guys. They lost a head coach. They lost their quarterback all in the time that the transfer portal was going on. So once they leave, Sharon Moore gets in. Now the transfer portal is like the tier 2 or 3 guys. You haven't had a good chance to grab that chunk of the people that were grabbing them, like Indiana was, like Nebraska was, those types of things. I think they play up this week. And I think covering 20.5 is huge. There is a world where Michigan just owns Ohio State mentally. And they've done the last 3 years in a row. And they go into Columbus, Ohio, and they shock the world. That is a possibility. You haven't seen them play like this year against Northwestern. 50 points. I know. Running the ball on the ground. We had a 2-minute. There was a minute and 20 seconds left in the half.
17-6 at halftime.
I was
like, they might lose to Northwestern.
Hey, relax.
That's all I was thinking when I saw the score. Just when I checked the score.
Hey, I was thinking the same thing.
17-6.
I was thinking the same thing, dude. But when we go, literally, there's a minute and 20, 2 timeouts left, and we have the ball, and they threw the ball. Michigan, 2024 Michigan Wolverines, threw the football and scored a touchdown before the half, and then got the ball right after the half, scored again. Just saying, man.
Oh, so it was
teams looking different.
It was almost 10-6 going into halftime.
Yes.
Well, you guys mocked them. I was just when I was checking the scores, I was like, oh,
yes.
Fuck. Northwestern's playing this a little too tight right now.
Underwood was at the game. Bryce
Michigan.
Underwood was there.
That's why your
Guy
QB showed
him
out
up a little bit. Guy had a lot of chains on for a high school football player. I'll say that.
Yeah.
He had a lot of chains on. That makes me a little bit nervous.
Uncle Tom got on that.
He was rolling like 20 people too. Also makes me nervous. I know, dude.
He had an entourage with a lot of chains.
He had a squad with him. He had a squad.
Yeah,
Detroit kid.
With him.
He had a bunch of people with him.
Oh.
Stallions was not there. Stallions was in the parking lot. He's not allowed in the building, I don't think. But Chris Bryant was like, hey, Taylor, meet Bryce. I was like, hey, man, good to meet you. This is your first game? He's like, no, I've been like 4 years. I'm like, oh, my fault. He definitely had an aura about him. I'll say that. He had an aura. He had I'm him about him.
He big dog you?
No, I wasn't a big dog, but he definitely had no fucking clue who I was. All good. All good. Just go and win games, brother. You don't have to know who I am. Don't ever open up that DM that I sent you 3 weeks ago about coming to Michigan. Don't do it. Don't need to. But now it's kids from LSU calling. How much am I offering? I've committed some money to Michigan. I did that this weekend. I told them, hey, you guys need a little something. I got you.
Nice.
Not going to do the Portnoy method. It's not going to have 2 commas. But I'll help out.
You give him back.
I'll help out. Let me get let me get one of the mini fridges named after me. You know what I'm saying? I just want a little mini fridge named after me in the Schembeckler Hall. But kids from LSU are calling Michigan saying, hey, we want to play with Underwood. Gee, I hate putting salt in the wound, but that tackle from Alabama, that 5-star kid that everyone's raving about that's coming to Alabama, word on the street is he wants to flip now to Michigan. So we
have depth.
This is
son.
a domino.
Like, what are you
I
talking
know.
about?
Listen, I get it. Alabama's big and bad for now. I get it.
It's
just
all right.
lost to Oklahoma 24-3.
Barely made a bowl. It's all good.
Right. All good.
Down
right?
bad.
And I kind of just explained why that's all good. So I'm just saying there is a change of the guard happening at Michigan yet again. A lot of things to be excited about yet again, boys. I will see you guys in 2025.
Are you going to the game this weekend?
No, I'm gonna hang out with my family, dude. I've been
Ohio State, Michigan.
I will
the
watch
game.
it. I will watch it from home. It's gonna be amazing. I can't wait. And we're going to Vegas next week, Jack.
Are you prepared that if Michigan doesn't cover that potentially goes down on you and your fandom, and you carrying the torch for Michigan?
Yeah, me. Yeah, if we don't cover 20.5 points, and I am sitting on the bus right now saying we're going to cover 20.5 points, and we don't do that, yeah, it's on me. Sure. It could be on the 150 guys that play the game, but yeah, I'll be there. I'll take some of that weight on my shoulders. I get it.
JP, where is South Carolina at? Where are you guys positioned? Because obviously, I love just
the road's there.
Would love a South Carolina Nebraska game just for us. For
the path is there. If South Carolina does make it, we're going to piss off almost the whole country because we would be the only 3-loss team. And no matter what I believe of South Carolina.
Is there a path where the country doesn't get as upset?
The biggest thing that would have to happen is Tennessee losing to Vanderbilt. And I think if that happens and we beat Clemson convincingly, it is that 12 spot would, I think, go to us based off rankings because Clemson right now in the AP is ranked like 13.
You'd probably also need Texas to beat Georgia.
Alabama.
Right?
Was Clemson 14? Clemson might be 12.
But would you also need Texas to kind of beat Georgia just to make it that much more definitive? Because then at that point, Georgia's
that's in the
three-loss
SEC
team, yeah.
championship.
I think they more so would need some help from like SMU
Or yeah, like one of those ones. Yeah, really, we would need that's what it is. We need Syracuse to beat Miami so that Clemson goes to the ACC championship and that we have the win, a big win over the ACC champion.
I would love that chaos.
You got to bet all those games this
I
weekend.
truly would love that chaos.
What's crazy is Clemson
I would
moving
love
up
to see
so
Michigan
far.
beat Ohio State just for next week. We all come in and we're back shitting on the Big Ten. Like the Big Ten, how do they lose to
No,
Michigan?
we're not shitting on the Big Ten.
No, I know, but
It's the best conference. We just beat up on each
just
other.
this time of year.
Hey, look how dumb this is, though, because this past weekend, South Carolina was ranked 18 and Clemson was ranked 17. Clemson beat Citadel. They moved all the way up to 12. We beat Wofford and moved 2 spaces over to 16. How does Clemson go all the way to 12
Sets
after a
up this
win
weekend.
over?
It sets up this weekend.
Yeah, but it's just dumb. Like,
You know, Sweeney's got some connect on the
yeah,
inside.
whatever.
You know he does.
It's the same reason
Dude, the chaos this weekend in all of football. Really, you were mentioning the rivalry underdogs, like divisional underdogs in the NFL this weekend.
Yeah.
You got the Browns, you got the Titans, you got the Cowboys.
Cowboys, man. That game
That was ridiculous.
was insane. 2 missed PATs by the Commanders.
Yeah,
Crazy.
Bro. The last one of the
And dude, here's the problem. Even though the Cowboys won, both teams did try to lose. Both teams tried to lose that game. But being an 11 personnel and 12 personnel offset gun for the Cowboys in 4 minutes, the most blasphemous fucking thing I've ever seen in my entire life. That is crazy.
And the Bears
How are you not in
almost upset.
13 personnel, run the ball, 2 hands on the ball, stay in bounds, no penalties? That is the rules of 4 minute. Under center, run power, run duo, run kick.
Yeah, if you're
They're
feeling
running some
ballsy,
bullshit,
maybe a
dude.
boot.
Just crazy. Just
I
cause
know.
a boot. You can throw a little bit. It's just
Will, as a special
Wow.
teams guy, at the end of that
Oh.
Cowboys Commanders game, they kicked that onside,
And he returned
and
it,
Cowboys snagged it and ran it in.
Yeah, you
But he
gotta go
could've ju-
down.
You just
You
gotta
gotta
go down.
You got to
Game
go
over.
down. The game's over.
But if that's
Because then you give them a chance.
if
They
that's-
had a Hail Mary shot there at the end.
But if that's you though, and you're that guy, and you got a clear lane to the end zone,
You're scoring.
are you going to the end zone?
no, I'm going down.
You're a team guy.
I'm going down. I'm sliding. I'm doing something. I might go head first, dive. You know what I mean? Yeah, fumble. I might fumble.
You would get hawked.
you gotta go down to the 1.
I'm not getting hawked. Even if I got hawked, I'm going to stiff arm him like old Saquon did to 58 or 56 last night for the Rams.
True, I forgot you were.
Is Saquon MVP? Is Saquon starting to get that MVP?
255
Saquon's
yards.
in the conversation.
He
He's
is
for sure in the
bad
conversation.
man.
He's on pace to break the rushing record.
Eagles
12
seem like
touchdowns right now?
they're showing more and more. They're that team right
I
now.
know.
Sirianni.
The physicality of the Eagles, man. Teams play them close until halftime, and then Eagles lean on them. Cats are not. I thought the Rams had a good shot to beat them, and they just don't have the horses to do it.
They don't.
Hell of a center for the Eagles.
Yeah, bro.
Cam Jurgens.
Yeah, Jurgen. Beef jerky. Some jerky.
You Nebraska guy?
Yeah. He's got some beef jerky.
Taking over. Man.
Yeah, how do you
Mailata.
Mailata puts him on his back and talks shit to him when Fisk gets his sack. Mailata put Verse down on the ground and is like talking shit to him, and then Verse just runs through his face, bro. I mean, what a matchup. The Rams got a great young D line, bro. All their starters across the D line for the Rams are all draft picks in these last 2 classes. Like they're gonna be nasty. They're gonna be dangerous, bro. But the Eagles just have such a good offensive. I mean, their running game. They have AJ Brown. I mean,
Yeah, if you want to bet on the Eagles, where would you go?
DraftKings. By the way, DraftKings like hand up. Justin Jefferson didn't catch a touchdown pass. I know we're trying to score touchdowns. Let's get to this DraftKings read. Getting some holiday shopping done this weekend, good. Pick up some touchdowns. They're on sale at the DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL. What else would you expect from the #1 place to bet touchdowns? DraftKings has a doorbuster profits boost and bet one, get one promotions on all types of touchdown bets. Be sure to check out the DraftKings Sportsbook app all weekend for flash deals that will have you dancing in the end zone. The boys will be posting what our touchdowns are going to be all week long. You got games on Thursday, Friday, College football on Saturday, NFL again on Sunday. Grab some touchdowns with the DraftKings Sportsbook. They're on sale from Thanksgiving through Cyber Monday. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code BUS to opt in. That's code BUS, B-U-S, only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Yeah, bro. Yeah. What a call by Delaney.
What a call.
99 touchdowns this year.
Yeah, that was the most insane stat, dude.
Yeah,
Just
Delaney.
took that out of nowhere.
Most
98-yard touchdowns this season. Great, thank you, Delaney. And it calls an NWI.
And G
Crazy.
drops that text in the group chat on Westbrook, and I'm watching the Vikings game just getting so pissed off. There was one that they had a nice deep one to Justin, and he got held on a PI. He kind of had to track it differently. Yeah.
Man.
And I was so mad, dude.
We've got to
It's going to
get
be Justin Jefferson.
It's getting to the point where we have to hit one of these Bet the Boys parlays just by the end of the season.
It'll happen.
Don't even think about a streak right now. Let's just think
We
we're
are
running
running
out of time.
We need to put Josh Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs, but dude, I thought about that too. He had 3 touchdowns. I was thinking, oh man, this is going to be my guy this week. But I just feel like when you have that many touchdowns, and next week it just doesn't happen.
We have to guess right.
And they play on
the
Thanksgiving?
Lions.
No, they don't.
We
Packers
have
don't
to
play
guess right on the
Thanksgiving.
Lions.
Almost everyone scores.
Yeah, bro.
I know.
When I saw Jahmyr Gibbs again, I'm like,
The only time Jahmyr Gibbs doesn't score is when we bet on Jahmyr Gibbs. It's like the kiss of death for those guys right now. The only reason why NFL players should watch the locker room is to make sure that they're not picked.
Have y'all picked Saquon yet?
yeah, Saquon's been picked.
Oh,
Not enough,
I don't think
though.
we got him. I think it was
Saquon
like
should
maybe
be-
the one game this year he didn't score.
Saquon should have been in the lineup so much so that we eliminated him like we did Derrick Henry.
Yeah, you might as well just call dibs on him this week.
So, Saquon, no, I want to get in the trenches again. I kind of feel like I got to get one that's like Westbrook-esque.
Westbrook is the most insane. I love how we have not hit one, but we still want to keep moving the goalpost back farther. Let's just get even more daring.
Hey, Bo Nix. Bo Nix. Bo Nix, bro.
I don't hate it, but I just so many
not
other
the touchdowns. I'm just talking about him in general.
okay.
Offensive Rookie of the Year, loaded.
Professional. And
Professional, bro.
And those who are listening to the show, right after we film this, we are flying to Chicago to do Pro Football Show. Great opportunity for you to put it down Big Cat's throat.
We already started to last week with Bo Nix.
Yeah.
He's
True
a-
professional, man.
Yeah.
Just
Big
knows
Cat,
what he's
he's a
doing.
Bo Lever now. That's what he says. But yeah, bro. Bo Nix, he's humming. About 19 since October has started. Since October football, almost 1,900 passing yards, 15 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions.
Yeah.
They
Broncos got their guy.
They have a great defense. Broncos could get spicy. They should have, if they didn't get their field goal blocked by the Chiefs, should have beat the Chiefs. But this is a real football team right here.
Chiefs got close to the Panthers.
This isn't like a question mark. Like I would say you could put a question mark now on the Houston Texans.
Say that again.
I like the Broncos aren't a team that has like a question mark on them. Like they're a solid football team who could win in the playoffs, who could win a game or two in the playoffs. They don't have a question mark like I would say the Houston Texans have a question. I just feel like something's up in Houston.
Something's
bro.
going on.
Like,
Something's definitely going
The
on.
sophomore slump a little bit. I mean, they got so many
Can we
weapons.
pull up CJ Stroud's stats?
I'm surprised that they're not.
You know what it could be?
playing to a
You know
level.
what it could be? Stephon Diggs.
He's hurt right now.
I know, but I'm talking about culture-wise. When he was in Buffalo, people were
But
talking
you
about
know-
culture all the time, those types of things. Maybe it comes in.
I don't know about this one guy, bro. You got Tank Dell, Nico Collins in that room. It's not like they're leaning on Stephon Diggs to be the guy.
I mean, he's not.
Yeah, it's not terrible. but
No, it's not
like,
at all. He's playing well.
He's probably had a better stat line from his rookie season up to this point than he does now.
Yeah, he came on the scene
Something's up,
crazy
though.
last year.
Do the Titans now? Correct me because I haven't followed the division with the AFC South.
They got a shot. Oh, they got a
Do
shot.
the Titans have a shot to win it
We-
now? I mean, the Colts lost.
We talked about it last week. Like the Houston Texans, who were like, we just thought we are gonna run away with it. They're only up like 2 games, right?
Yeah.
Like the Titans
just
have a
lost.
chance to go and win it. 2019. You said actually this last week.
Yeah.
You said 2019.
One
You said
game-
that.
Yeah, you're
Yes.
right. One game at a time.
The Jags.
I'm never.
I mean, that's a dub.
I'm done. I'm done betting against the Lions.
Yeah, why?
Done. Well, because all these
It's
all
so
these bigger lines, I'm thinking they'll win. I'm not saying they're going to lose. I'm saying
Yeah.
they're going to win, but one of these teams will cover. But I'm done. Against the spread, they might be or they might be just
They're
however many losses they have.
They've only
that might
lost
be their
two to
only
the spread. They've
losses.
only lost two to the spread this year.
Oh,
Let me.
Yeah. Titans play
Yeah,
the
that's a
Commanders.
tough one. I think they're like 6.5 point underdogs.
Hey, they could. Titans can win, bro. I mean, the Commanders. You gotta. The way that the Cowboys are playing, you gotta beat down a team like the Cowboys.
Hey, Will,
it could be
listen.
kind of everything. Could be kind of catching up to the Commanders a little bit. Not catching up like they're a bad team, but they're obviously beatable.
Hey, listen to
You
this.
drop a game like that, especially when you play poorly at special teams, man. Special teams is deciding football games.
Kickers
You look
are
at the
deciding
Bears.
football games.
Bears win if they don't get 2 field goals blocked.
And interception that ends up being a DPI puts them
Yeah.
on the 1 yard line. And you bring up the Bears. Bears are playing the Lions. Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
10.5 point underdogs.
they're gonna cover. Lions are covering.
I don't know. I was looking, dude. I was looking at it last night, and I was rewatching because I was
Divisional
flying all day
underdog.
yesterday. I was rewatching the Bears Vikings, and Caleb Williams. Some of the throws he's making are fucking
Yeah, he had
insane.
an unreal game.
He was
yesterday.
throwing piss missiles to
Yeah.
Keenan Allen.
Yeah.
He was actually dishing it all over the field. It's a world where maybe 10.5 is not crazy,
Well, look, the way the gambling gods treat me, I'm gonna take the Lions this week.
which means they're not going to
Maybe
cover.
check out the locker room, which shows that the Bears are probably gonna win this game.
It all depends on how you bet.
Yeah.
But you got Kansas City when you finally bet on. I'm sorry, you got Bills 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, and I should have took the fucking Panthers. Panthers covered against the
I
Chiefs.
know, I know.
God damn it.
They Panthers came back a little bit, right? Because they were
Bryce
down.
Young was looking nice. Bryce Young's been looking good since he came back in.
Come on, man. I don't know. Something's up with the Chiefs too. Like, are they just gonna do this bullshit the whole year, where they barely win games the whole
I know.
time?
Trust me, I'm with you. I'm trying to just pick at my brain and just say, all right, where could I be? Where could a blind spot be with the Chiefs? The Chiefs could just be fucking around, like just seeing what works best for them.
Let's try to find new fun. It's like us. It's like our bet the boys parlays, but they're winning them. And like, well,
Yeah.
let's try to fuck around and see different ways
I feel
to
like
win.
they're sitting in their staff rooms and just looking at, hey, in the red zone, let's get Worthy going a little bit. Let's see if this package works. Let's see
Right.
if this
They play
creativity
the
works.
regular season like a preseason.
Yeah.
Just trying different
'cause
shit
I
out.
I'm with
It
you.
is crazy.
I'm with you. They don't seem strong.
But the way
that
lost
they're
one
10 or
game.
9-1, whatever their record is. But
10-9-1.
it's 10 or 9-1, right?
10-1, yeah.
10-1.
Their 10-1 does not look like the Lions.
Correct. Their 10-1 is not this dominating
Yeah,
like
you see-
Lions, Eagles, to where they're just starting to press teams.
If the Chiefs played the Lions right now,
Lions
you-
beat them by double digits.
you think you would think Vegas would put
I would
the Chiefs at like minus or plus 10.5.
No.
Dog, I'm telling you, the Lions are that fucking good right now.
They'd probably go Lions minus 2.5, and the Lions would win by like 20 points.
It is wild. I mean, their defense, like you said, suffocates you.
Yeah.
They will not let you go anywhere, and their offense is a fucking machine. They scored 24 points this weekend, and it was like one of their worst point games.
You know,
Just bad.
You know who I'm like, fuck. The run
Bengals.
could be done right now. No, the Niners.
Oh yeah, dude, I know. And Kittle had himself a day yesterday.
And I am so fucking stupid.
Why? Because you didn't know Brock Purdy was out?
I officially changed my pick. I saw the line move, like the Niners got 5.5 points or 6 points all of a sudden. And look, when it was Friday going into Saturday, we're going Nebraska's going bowling. Like, I wasn't checking many of the headlines. Like, I didn't know Brock Purdy got benched until after I made my official, not benched, but he was hurt.
Yeah.
Until I made my official switch. And then I'm sitting there watching the Packers beat the shit out of the Niners, and I'm thinking to myself, because even when I saw Purdy when he goes down, I'm like, okay, maybe some backup magic for a game. But then I'm thinking to myself, I picked the Packers when they were just favored by 2.5, and the line moves 3 points, and all of a sudden I think that's worth going to the Niners. Like, Brock Purdy plus 2.5 is not as favorable as a backup quarterback plus 5.5. That's as dumb as it gets.
And it's not just Brock Purdy. Nick Bosa was out too. Trent Williams was out.
Kittle's hurt.
Got her. He played.
Right, but he's hurt now. I'm
Yeah.
just saying, like, I'm so fucking stupid. I'm watching
Bro,
that. I'm watching
you got
that
a
ad-
newborn
I'm
baby
watching
at
that-
home.
I know, but again, if I would number one, I should have checked. I should have checked and
Yeah.
knew that Purdy was out. And even when I stuck to it, because I'm like, okay, maybe the backup, he'll make something shake. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, do I really think this backup QB with 3 extra points is what's a better bet than The one I previously already made with the Packers. Oh, I'm so stupid, dude.
And Josh Jacobs too, dude. He had multiple runs on like the 3 or 5 yard line where there was no holes, and he just decided to put his shoulder in the rest of his big boys and just run.
Yeah.
Like the kid squats a G. Like it's insane. He is. I mean,
I'll tell you which one
Packers
I
are
was spot
fucking
on.
Jordan Love too is another one that's just like he's just throwing the rock at a different velocity than everybody else.
Yeah, and he's going to continue to get better. That's how it was last year. I mean, they were finna to beat the Niners until those last 2 minutes.
Right.
What? They just finna beat their ass.
Look at this.
I'll tell you what I was spot on about, and that was Notre Dame Army. Spot on about Notre Dame Army. And before we get into Notre Dame Army, this read is from Sport Clips. This football season, don't walk around with helmet hair like a total rookie. You've been in the game long enough to know that how you wear your hair matters. And just because your team mascot is a Wolverine doesn't mean you have to look like one up top. Keep your head in the game and go to Sport Clips. Their pro stylists have mastered the X's and O's of men's hair so you can get a tight fade while kicking back and watching some fade routes. It's called a Hail Mary, not a Hair Mary, so don't just go anywhere. Head over to the pros in men's hair. They will have a perfectly crafted game plan to make you look your best. No halftime adjustments needed. This week, Will Compton, he's the pro in haircuts because Sherman Young, our producer in the back, he has to get a buzz cut for losing the Notre Dame Army game. We had a money line bet there. Remember, the difference between an okay cut and a great cut is called Sport Clips. It's a game changer, and I will be buzzing Sherman's hair
Willie Drago.
because of that ass whooping. And I do want to say to my soul, I hated shouting anti-America last week for God,
That was insane.
for religion. I know it did pain me.
Also, haven't been to church in a minute.
It did pain me, but I knew that's how the game was going to shake. You knew in the first 2 drives it was a wrap.
Yeah.
It's just a different game out there.
Army scoring that 1 touchdown super early gave me so much hope.
Just because they kept showing the quarterback and talking about how he's on pace for all these touchdowns in a season.
Well, and
his old man, he played Texas football like he's built for this moment.
I was also I was never super high on Army.
Oh,
I was never crazy about Army.
Come on,
Here
Sherm. Come
we
on,
go.
Sherm. Come on, land the plane.
I hate Notre Dame. I hate them so much. I don't want them to make the playoff. I'm pissed. Everybody's stroking them because they beat a military academy by 30 plus something points. It's crazy. It blows my mind. It blows my mind.
You know we should.
And I just thought,
a team that you were like, hey, they should be in the college football playoff.
I thought they could mess around.
And
beat
Notre Dame just
I don't
mopped them
think
by
highly-
30. Mopped a team like that by 30.
I know.
A playoff caliber team.
Well, I mean, we're having fun here. We want them to make the playoffs. I
We're
don't know
having
if
a
they're
good time. For the sake of this show and people watching, should we go and quickly go buzz Sherman's hair and come back so people that are watching the show can enjoy seeing his head shaved?
Yeah.
We can
could put him in the Sport Clips chair after the show. We'll buzz it.
Okay, but I think it'd be funny if you would just cut right to Sherm now having a buzz cut.
That's up to you guys.
We could do that.
I think it'd be funny.
Okay.
All right, let's go buzz his head.
Let's
Let's
go
go buzz
buzz
his
his
head.
head.
Good call. Let's go buzz his head. All right. We just buzzed Sherm's head. Let's go to the camera. Let's go to the back of the bus. Sherm, go ahead. Reveal. Yeah. Got that show gun going.
How do we feel, Sherm?
Dude, locked in. I feel good. I still hate Notre Dame. This doesn't change anything. I feel like the lesson that I learned from this bet is don't let hatred fuel a bet, but also trust your boys with a buzzer. That was actually kind of nice. It was like nice. Everybody standing around. They're like, "Whoa, hey, actually, it kind of looks okay."
We
Like,
learned from Sport Clips.
We did.
yeah, we did. And so people were even saying like, "Hey, what if the whole team just went buzz cuts?" Which would be sick.
There is talks going on. Would you do that?
Yeah, if we do a buzz cut parlay. I was prepared if Army won, I would have had to been the one to get my head.
True. You've already put yourself in that fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. This was actually like this wasn't that bad.
It's not a terrible look.
Yeah. Can I see
I'd like to
the-
go a couple guards up if I didn't mind.
Oh my gosh, the pony in the back.
That thing is nuts.
Lord.
And we put that in a pony before we shaved his head. That a lot of that hair is being held up by the tie.
We keep getting hair off.
Should I pull the?
No,
top?
don't pull. Don't pull. Don't touch it.
Yeah, don't touch it. Down the
Yeah,
bus.
not
We
on
gotta
the
keep the
bus.
bus clean.
But yeah, we should do make up like a parlay, a buzz cut parlay, live stream a game. If our parlay doesn't hit, our whole squad's got a buzz.
I'm with that. I'm with it.
And if fans who want to engage and take the parlay with us, they got a buzz as well.
They got a buzz as well.
Oh no!
And
Hit 'em
then
under the
if we all
comments.
lose, they just drop. They
Photos.
drop, yeah.
Damn.
Hey,
In the back, they drop hashtag buzzcut parlay. So if we lose, and fans who engage with us that want to go into the parlay with us, if we lose that parlay, we all get buzz cuts.
Can it at least be like a nice done part, like a buzz
we
cut?
should get Alan. We should get Alan in here.
Get somebody from Sport Clips.
Yeah, even better.
Get somebody from Sport Clips.
Alan from Sports Clips.
Yeah.
Sport Clips.
We
Hey,
just buzz
great
the
work,
boys.
Sherm. I
To
agree
be-
with the
stay
boys.
Tuned.
It looks
Stay
better.
tuned on the buzz cut parlay.
It looks better. You look handsome.
Thank you. I feel handsome.
Do you?
You cold? Cold.
Yeah, why'd
Yeah.
you stick with the shirt off?
He's never gonna.
There's so much hair. So much hair. coming
Okay,
out.
yeah.
When
yeah.
I just shook my head right there, I mean, that was like,
Scattered it down.
disgusting amount of hair. So I'm not gonna move really for the rest of
Yeah,
the
you look you look solid with the shaved head. It'd be interesting to see Mitch with a shaved head.
I had a shaved head for the first 22 years of my life.
Like buzz like that?
Oh yeah.
Really?
I didn't do
So
anything.
you're used to that.
Oh yeah. I mean, I haven't done. My parents were like, you should just get a buzz because it's like clean cut and fine.
Yeah.
And then my friends finally bullied me enough. Like, hey, you look stupid.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't good.
You don't.
No, I know.
I'm
and
not
then, like,
surprised
they do-
you went 22 years of your life just getting the same
High school, I had
buzz
the
cut.
buzzed head. I had the buzzed head in high school, thinking like this is probably the best move. I don't want to put stuff in my hair, all ball all the time.
You did rock a buzz.
I rocked a
Quite
little
while.
buzz. Pull it up, dude. Pull
My
it up.
hairline,
Yeah.
my hairline would be tough right now with a buzz though.
Oh yeah. Back in the day, me and Sherman high school
I love
out
how
of Shaptown.
that knowledge came from me purely just the amount of times I've Googled young Taylor Lewan.
Mm. Yeah, that's a little buzz. Mm.
A young Taylor Lewan.
Yeah, I do that. I had a rookie haircut. Did you ever get a rookie haircut? Must be nice, man.
Yeah, I was lucky.
My rookie haircut was I had all this right here shaved off. I only had like this little part right here and then this. So if I had a hat on, it looked totally normal. I took my hat off. It was rough. It was a rough look for a little bit.
Bit of a skinhead look.
Bit of a skinhead head. Yeah, I definitely had that American History X look to me. Look at that boy right there. At that USC.
Oh, everyone, that right there, our generation knows that that's from USC. Like anytime you go on Rivals and you'd see that maroon
The backdrop.
backdrop, you would know. Oh,
That's like right inside their practice field.
He went to a USC camp.
The all-star camp.
Yeah.
Showed up, balled out, and then didn't. And then immediately didn't. Pete Carroll did not offer me a scholarship. Tough times. What else is on the docket?
I don't know. I mean, a lot of shits went down. Dude, how was you took a win to our first
Yeah, that
Michigan
was
game.
awesome. It was cool. It was great to have a little daddy-daughter weekend. It was one of our I think our third or fourth one. It was awesome. Obviously, Win being 7, like she's understanding Michigan. She understands the Titans. Like she knows that when those teams are on, we root for those teams. But like she really enjoyed Ann Arbor. She had fun. Like I took her to Mr. Spots. I took her down to the Diag. We like walked through State Street and all that. We tried to feed the squirrels. Like we just had a good time. And well, this will be my shout out, no free shout out. But at the game, like Dave Abloff, Sharon Moore, like all those guys like treated Win like a little queen. It was awesome. She was like running around the practice field, like while practice is going on. She's like in the middle of the field running.
Love that.
Coach Joe letting her just hang out and do whatever. Like it was really cool. And then Sonny, who was there, the equipment guy, he was just giving us all sorts of different. They have like Jordan bags that look like Louis Vuitton bags, and he was like dishing it out. I was like, this is just wild.
That's the brand.
I know. And at the game, right before the game started, like we were like on the field, like warm ups usually we're on the sideline. They like had me like in the 50-yard line with a win and stuff like that. And Abloff goes, "Hey, Jordan's here. Come say what's up." And I look at my dad. I go, "Hey, listen, bro. If Michael Jordan is here, you have to take a photo with me." It was Jordan Kovacs. He was a walk-on at Michigan who I played with. He now coaches for the Bengals. But I thought for a moment that Michael Jordan was at the game.
Did you still get a pick?
Hey, but
Still got a pick.
shout out Jordan though. He was a solid.
Yeah,
safety
Great
for
White Hope. He was
Michigan.
like the OG
Yeah.
Great White Hope in Michigan,
Yeah.
dude. Walked on, Michigan kid, came in, became like I think he was all Big Ten. He earned himself a scholarship, played for the Miami Dolphins for a minute.
He was a captain.
Was a captain for the team. But it was awesome, man. And what else was cool too was, obviously I was like an honorary captain. We go out there from the beginning, got a nice little applause, which was great. But Jake Long was there. Jake Long was on my flight from Nashville to Michigan. And Jake Long, you guys know this, but some people who are watching the show for the first time, like the reason why I wore number 77 is because of Jake. Like the reason why I went to Michigan is a big reason because of Jake. And him, his wife, his kids were there. Jake and I are so different, so opposite human beings. Because like people were like going up to him, giving him love, and you could just tell he's like uncomfortable with like people knowing who he is and like giving, like celebrating him.
Mm-hmm.
People come to me, I'm like, Davin, I'm like, thanks, man. This is awesome. I appreciate you. But like, dude, Jake is like, he is the 77 GOAT at Michigan. Him and John Jensen.
For the honorary captain stuff, did you get to go out for like the coin toss or how they do the honorary captain?
We ran out of the tunnel. I had a little video of me and Wynn running out of the tunnel, and I pick her up. We touched the banner, and then we stood with the captains, walked out, did the coin toss. 37, white boy for Northwestern. After they shake hands, comes to me and goes, the boys, and like jogs out the field. I was like, all right, let's fucking go. Also, who's the string coach? Pull up the string coach that never wears sleeves for Northwestern. Looks like just that guy. He's just that guy. That's him right there. This dude is all about the boys. He's watching the show right now at 6 a.m. I pulled up, dude. He had a t-shirt, sleeves cut off, the V-neck with a fat chain. It was like 30 degrees outside, and he was just telling me how much he gets juiced up watching the boys. He wanted me to tell you that Nebraska sucks and that Wisconsin's going to beat you guys. I was like, I think they're going to win this week.
What's his name? Yeah. Who's fucking laughing now?
Who's fucking laughing now? But this dude, man.
Juice for no reason.
Just fucking wild.
All hat,
He had a pocket full of smelling salts on him at one time. Yeah, I sniped one. We go up to the locker room. We're like in the locker room. The boys, I'm hanging out with like the walk-ons and the freshmen that are kind of like in the the overflow corner.
Yeah.
And I'm like, boys, hey, win this one. Broadway for a week, having a good time. What do you guys say? They're all kind of getting juiced up. We're all doing smelling salts together. It was awesome, dude. The boys kept, by the way, great shoulders on that photo right there. Great shoulders in that photo. But it was a great time, man.
What's his name, Sherm?
His name?
I gotta look at the
coach
kid.
for Northwestern.
Coach Spanos.
Coach Spanos. Shout out Coach Spanos, man. Because he was
Spanos in the A gap. Spanos, if you're listening, I would break you in the A gap. You're somebody who looks like Tarzan, plays like Jane.
Oof.
All lip, no nicotine.
Also, shout out Robert Fitzgerald, number 31 or 6.
You're a pussy, Spanos. 44-25 over Wisconsin, Spanos. You guys got whooped by Michigan.
Yeah, 50-6. He told me, he goes, the boys, Northwestern boys, they woke up today. They said it should feel illegal to feel this good before a game. That's what he told me.
Good shoulder.
Oh, good times.
Dude. But yeah, man, it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. I want to do shout out, no free shout out real quick. And I want to shout out Harry Potter. My daughter, these photos you're pulling up. My daughter's been super into like the idea of Harry Potter. Obviously, Spooktober just happened. She was big into witches and all that stuff, and alchemy and wands and brooms, hocus pocus, the whole thing. She catches wind from one of the school kids at her school about Harry Potter. Starts to learn about it in the first movie. He kills the snake. All these things. He's the boy who lived. She's like, what does the boy who lived mean? Who is he who should not be named? All these things.
Yeah.
So she wants to watch the movie. You look it up. It's like kids with big imaginations should not watch this movie until they're at least 8 or 9 years old. So I told her, hey, 8. When you're 8, you can watch the movie. But we're out in Ann Arbor, and it's like our flight's at 4:30 yesterday. So we're kind of just cruising around State Street. There's like this old like bookstore. So we cruise in there. We go, and they have like first edition books of Harry Potter. But then they have like the ones you would just buy like as a kid. And we bought the first book. And we read like the first 50 pages of that book yesterday. And just reading the book, man, literally kind of makes you like so nostalgic thinking about like, I remember being 8, 9, 10 years old when the first movie came out and being so fired up at the possibility of getting the letter from Hogwarts. And now watching Wynn be like, she's like, okay, so Harry Potter's 11. I'm like, yeah. She's like, okay, so I have 4 more years and then I could possibly get the letter. Like she's like talking about going to Hogwarts now. And I'm reading the book to her and she's like stopping me, asking questions. She's like, So she learns about Voldemort. She goes, so Voldemort tried to kill Harry and killed the parents. Like, you got to keep reading to find out. She's like, okay, there's different schools, like different classes in Hogwarts. Like, what are the? And I was like, gotta find out. So she's like super into it. Took the book to school today. So shout out Harry Potter and that nostalgia, man. It is just cool.
You gotta prep her with like some preliminary letter for Christmas or something like that.
Get her going on that. She has a mailbox to Santa right now. She's like funneling letters in every single day too. She is peak kid right now. All about Santa. Like, she hasn't found out yet that it's all a lie. She hasn't found out. She's so into the idea of becoming a wizard. 7.
Okay, she's got
maybe.
Yeah, maybe. She's got
With school, dude, you never know. Like, this could be the last year that Wynn really believes in Santa.
Maybe. Remember my story?
You were like 14, right?
Yeah, but I was going toes with people at the cafeteria table because my parents did such a great job of being like, I'm like, I understand.
You guys would go to midnight mass and come back and no one get past your dog.
Like, I know what you're saying, but I swear to God, I saw this man. So you guys can say what you want, but I saw him with my own eyes.
Dude, we'll do this thing on Christmas Eve where after the kids go to sleep and we'll watch the cameras. We'll say like when's like starting to fall asleep. I'll put these big boots on. I'll take big steps. I'll yell ho ho ho, like jingle these bells around. And every time she like pops her head out, she's like knows. She knows he's in the building. She like brings it up. She's like, last year I was like falling asleep and I heard him. Dad. I was like, no, you really heard him? He's here. He was there. So it's peak kid right now. And I am dreading the day. Because she also asked me questions like, Dad, you've never lied to me, right? And I literally, the thing that crosses my mind is like Easter Bunny, Santa, and wizards. And I'm thinking, no, honey, I've never lied to you. Knowing good and well that she's going to find out someday that I've lied to her face.
She's going to listen to this pod.
Someday she will.
She's going to listen to this.
Someday she will, man. I know. I've worried about clips coming up sometimes.
What other ad reads do we have, Sherm?
We have.
Because I have a shout out as well.
Game time.
Where we at? Game time? You love.
I'm gonna rip. I mean, it's an all right shout out, but I have a shout out. But before we get there, let's shout out Game Time. Football season is here, and we can't wait to get out some games this fall with the help of Game Time, the official ticketing partner of Barstool Sports. You know how much we love Game Time, and now with their brand new Game Time Picks feature, they're making it even easier to get to a game. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats, so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. We were looking at possibly going to the South Carolina Clemson game. We saw an amazing deal on Game Time Picks for great seats. Just pull up your chosen event and turn on the GT Pick setting at the top of the screen, or browse the best local Game Time Picks deal near you on your Game Time app homepage. What are you waiting for? Go check out those Nebraska, Iowa seats, those tickets right now with Game Time Picks. What time is it?
Game time! Is Iowa, Nebraska? Is it at Iowa?
Yeah. Love it. Love it. Let's go on the road.
Let's go out.
If I'm going to start being this confident, like we've got who knows how good of a team Iowa is. They're a little streaky. I think they're on like a linebacker as their quarterback right now. Their 2 starting quarterbacks I think are out. Like, we should beat this team's ass. But yeah, let's go on the road. Let's go to a hostile environment like Iowa. Let's take over their stadium. Let's take over their cattle. Let's take over their corn.
Take over everything. Everything that they love.
Yeah.
It's good to see September Will back.
Yeah.
It's good to see September Will back. That's awesome.
I was so fired up watching that game on Saturday.
Yeah, you guys dominated.
And you're sitting there and you're like, man, everybody has to feel so happy that we finally just got over this fucking hump, dude.
Feel lighter.
Just lighter.
Brighter.
Because I tell you what, when we lost to UCLA, I'm just thinking, holy hell.
Yeah. We all felt that too. When you guys lost to UCLA, it was like, here we fucking go again. Like, what if they don't even make a bowl game? I know you were thinking that also. Like, holy shit! Yeah. How do you lose to the Bruins?
When you go out to Columbus and play and have a chance to win that game, and then you just lose at home to the Bruins, a shitty football team,
dominated by them,
all 4 quarters. I'm just sitting here. We're going into a bye week. Not a time you want to go into a bye week. I'm truly thinking like, this might happen again to us. Thank God for Holgorsen, man. Thank God for Holgorsen. And all the boys,
Holgorsen for president.
He challenged the receivers last week, like publicly stepped out, talked about, you block like shit on the perimeter. If you're going to get the rock, you're going to block for the rock. And the boys were humming. Running backs are running through people. I'm talking about moves I haven't seen all year long. Like the boys are playing inspired football. And you just see they got some juju right now.
Now you
They
got a
some
chance.
momentum. Yeah. Now
What's
we
the trophy y'all play for? Like a big piece of corn?
The Heroes game.
Heroes trophy.
Yeah, big piece of corn.
Is it?
Yeah, corn trophy. No, it's like it's a pretty big trophy. We did hoist it my years there. But yeah, big game this weekend. My shout out goes to great fathers. Great fathers. We're all very aware of the inequities that go on between men and women in parenthood. And my shout out goes to those men, those troops, those fathers out there bridging the gap. We're talking about women. We're talking about guys like yourself, guys like myself, guys who are also proud enough to talk about the stats and the numbers that they put up on a weekly basis to help their significant other, to help their wife. Just bridge that gap, to take on the mental loads. Oh, let me think about dinner. Let me make dinner. Let me do the dishes. You watch football. I'm sitting there just greasing the dishes yet last night. Charles watching football. Sweetheart, watch football. Get off your feet. You went through hell. Let me handle this for you. Making dinner, heating up dinner, making different dinners. Got to heat up Charles. Got to make roux. Got to make myself a little bit of a plate. We had some Thai basil chicken I found on Pinterest last night. Yeah. Yeah, so I made that. Your boy look at scrubbing the dishes. I had to get a flick. I had to set it up, put the timer on, get a little flick. My wife, she's sitting there with the two girls. They're watching football. I want to say, who was playing on this game last night? The Broncos had just scored. It was Broncos Raiders. And your boy's just grinding away in the kitchen.
How'd you even get that photo?
Don't know how that photo came about, man. You know I got cameras all over my house. But set up the timer.
Outside.
Set up the timer. I was like, oh, this will be perfect.
Definitely
just
not
thinking
outside.
about my girl Paige out there watching from afar, just seeing this dad being
mad,
trenches,
mad,
just number after number. But yeah, that's my shout out. No for shout out.
That's
man.
awesome,
to the great dads out there, to the dads in the trenches, the proud fathers in the trenches, bridging the gap of inequality between husbands and
people
wives.
don't talk about dads enough.
Yeah,
people don't get after it and understand. We get it. Moms, you're the heroes of the household. You're heroes, but dads, man.
Yeah, we got. I know you saw. We were at war with the haters of postpartum fathers last week. We were at war.
I mean, you've won them all.
Fortunately, there's been a couple. There's been a couple dicey ones that I haven't really came back from.
Like what?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm sure there are a couple.
Yeah.
But man, I'm sure she had no idea what she was getting into.
She didn't. I mean,
she had no clue.
And I'm for her cause of pushing that. If I was in her, advisory board, it'd be let's encourage the fathers out there that are showing themselves, not like trying to
get off your high horse,
not trying to drag examples that you see out there. Clearly, she had no clue that we were in the middle of a joke of me venting those numbers.
Mm-hmm.
I remember going home that day and telling Charles, I was like, "Hey, sweetheart, just FYI, I vented a little bit on the pod. I pumped my numbers a little bit, and I had a little good time with the boys." She was like, "Oh, I can't wait for that clip."
When she came out with
that clip's
the stats,
going viral, and the next thing you know, I'm getting back from Chicago on Thursday, and I see this happening. I'm like, we got another Cold War coming, boys. She had no clue what she was getting into. Yeah. I saw the boys in there doubling down with her. You were one. Taylor was one. Sherm was one. Sherm, you might have DM'd her.
He probably did.
No, he did.
You DM'd her,
No,
Sherm?
he said okay to send. Did he actually send that DM?
Yes.
Yeah, he actually sent the DM.
That's a little much.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I'm like, Sherm, what are you doing?
I was hoping.
Yeah, we had some troops.
I
We were
was
ready
hoping to
to
get
go.
on the other side of enemy lines, get her on my side for a
Yeah.
second, and stab her right in the back.
My boy, Nick Howlett, he sent me a screenshot that he had DM'd her, and she laughed at his response.
Ugh. Why
Like,
did
what'd you tell her? He's like, I'll keep that between us. So there's some of my own guys working behind the scenes. But she messaged me talking about how she's disappointed in me being a girl dad, mentioning that kind of stuff, yada, yada, yada. I'm thinking to myself.
She DM'd you?
Yeah.
She was taking it too serious.
Yeah.
She's one of
When
those.
she saw that I was starting to clap back and everything else because I said yapping for 4 minutes, obviously, again, leaning into the joke. Like, you don't know what jungle you're walking into. Just know you're about to get bit. And she's like, oh, as a girl dad, yada, yada. And I understand where she's coming from. However, the disappointing thing is you're not doing your own due diligence on your boy. You see a viral clip, you just want to make content. You want to try and drag me through the mud. Like, you're messing with the wrong one. I'm the wrong example to do this with. And we're about to show you. You reach, I teach.
You reach, I teach.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
she had no idea, man.
if anything, I'm a potential ally of hers. She just doesn't know it.
She doesn't. And you know what? The way this could work out is she could become an ally.
She could become an ally.
She could become an ally. But
Alicia Chief, she wants to come on the bus.
it just depends if she wants to bend the knee or not.
Yeah.
Send her merch.
Well,
Send
for
her
sure
merch.
need to send her merch.
Yeah.
And great shout out right there, Sherm. I was telling her at the end of my little 4-minute video the next day, I had an opportunity to start pushing our Black Friday merch. We got new boy mom stuff, new girl dad stuff. We got a lot of fun merch dropping. There's this sick Be a Fucking Wolf hoodie Taylor's got on right now with the boys up front. It's got this whole design on the back. If you guys were watching last week, you saw it. But Be a Fucking Wolf on the back. We got some Girl Dad Social Club stuff coming out. We got a lot of fun merch. Stuff dropping on Black Friday. You'll get 20% off.
20% off.
Yeah, it's going to be all time. Big weekend for the boys. Big
Huge.
weekend for the boys. Got to be pushing merch.
Huge weekend.
But you got a dad in mind. You got a boy mom in mind. Go ahead and buy him some merch. If you're a dad yourself and you're looking for some merch to represent being a proud girl dad,
Right.
you can buy it at our store.
And there's nothing wrong with you as a father buying that merch for yourself to represent. Because I think a lot of fathers want somebody else to get it for them. There's no shade. And going to store.barstoolsports.com/bussin with the boys and getting yourself some girl dad merch yourself.
Yeah.
And just being like, I'm going to do this not only for me, but for all my kids.
Yeah.
So people know that I'm taking this step forward.
And if somebody's expecting, what better way to enter for that baby to enter the world with some girl dad merch or some boy mom
Beautiful.
merch?
Beautiful. Big weekend, fellas. Big weekend for Black Friday.
Yeah, big weekend for Black
Huge.
Friday. Oh, and all of Barstool, really, there's probably going to be a lot of awesome merch on the store. Store.barstoolsports.com.
That's right. What do we got else? What else? Twisted question.
Twist a question. Should we talk about what we're thankful for? It
Yeah.
is Thanksgiving. It is our Thanksgiving episode. Should we go around the room?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Go ahead, Mitch. Start us off, buddy.
Let's get the worst one out of the way.
I'm not starting.
Mitch, bit of an attitude, too.
Well, I mean, it's just constant.
Well, we were...
Just-
Whoa, okay, come on.
Well, you got to remember, you're hurting my pockets right now. I owe you $500 for going off for nutting all over the intramural. Now, by the way, I'm assuming your entire team knew what was at stake here.
Oh yeah, I sent.
So you're like, hey, you got to just throw me ball after ball for the end zone.
No, I said I sent it into our group chat. I was like, boys, we're playing for more than just championship tonight.
Did you
And-
tell the opposing quarterback what was at stake?
No,
That guy was crazy.
dude, I
Just
will.
throwing you interceptions?
I will be. I like.
Looked like he was playing catch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that team was. That competition in that league was really, really bad. So like, yes,
Shame on us. We should have done our homework.
Yeah.
We should have done ours.
yeah, like the stat line is impressive, but it wasn't like it wasn't. They weren't good, so it wasn't like, okay, I really put on out there.
So what are you thankful for?
Okay. on a serious note, I obviously one thing I'm super thankful. I mean, I feel like it's going to be a common theme, but this being our job is something I never thought I'd see myself in, and I can't thank you two enough for being like 2 years ago willing to take me on and bring me on a part of the boys. Thankful for everybody in the back of the bus. I mean, yeah, we're coworkers, but we're also kind of brothers at this point, and really, really good friends. So super happy for that, and also thankful for my family. I don't get to see them as much as I would like, but everything that they've done for me, friends, yeah, just happy for where I'm at in life, and didn't think I would be enjoying my job as much as I am. So thank you to you guys for that.
That's a great
that,
one.
Mitch.
That's a nice
Happy
one.
Thanksgiving, man.
Yeah, that was really good.
Very thoughtful.
I am. It's a hard one to follow. I'm thankful for the community that we have found here in Nashville. My wife and I moved here really for this job, and we're not going back to Texas for Thanksgiving just because of her work schedule. But it is nice to like be in a new area where you might not be as close with some of the friends here that you are back home or your family, but you still get invites. Like Taylor's doing something at his house. We have another couple of friends that they have a friend that's doing something for Thanksgiving that we got invited to. G invited everybody in the office to like a Friendsgiving that we weren't able to attend, sadly, but it's awesome that just in the short time, the community that we built, and it's really cool. So thankful for Nashville, and kind of right off of Mitch, thankful for just like the boys.
All right. All right, sure. Very
Yeah.
nice.
Happy
Very
Thanksgiving,
nice.
Sherm.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Obviously thankful for the boys, the camaraderie. It feels like this year it's been a special year. We've built like a really good chemistry and community here, which has been awesome behind the scenes. So thankful for that. Really grateful that I live in a city that my parents live in. I know, handful of these guys, families live out of state, and I just constantly remind myself how grateful I am that I can just run over to my parents' house and, use them for advice or just to hang out. And went there yesterday. So grateful too. I get to go see my 2 nieces in a couple of days, going down to Atlanta. We're doing Thanksgiving there. So, and I was sick last week. So to have good health this week as opposed to last week, really beneficial thing, because I wouldn't have been able to go down, not see my nieces and my friends, obviously, my dog, and most importantly, I'm so grateful that Sturgill Simpson is the greatest recording musician on planet Earth right now. And so if you're not on Nugs, go ahead and get on Nugs. He just played his last show of the North American tour last night or 2 nights ago, and he's doing something special with music right now. So on top of my family and Sturgill Simpson, thankful for you guys.
Shout out Sturgill.
Thankful for Zach Bryan. Just kidding, guys. Just kidding. So there are a lot of good things happened for me this year. Getting married being the number one thing, but something I try to focus on this year, and I still did not do the greatest job, but trying to be thankful for all of the good things that happened and all of the bad things that happened, because truly embracing the bad things does make everything else that much better. And it is hard to do, especially in the moment. And even when there's like tragic things that happen, stuff like that, like embracing it, knowing that somewhere down the line it's going to make sense and that like you'll be better for it because it happened. That's what I'll be thankful for, and something I'll try to continue to be more thankful for and conscious of.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, very thankful for everything all these guys have said. Family, friends, this job, living in a good city. It's, I don't know. I feel like we're very lucky to do some of this stuff that we get to do. And when you have family and friends that back you up and like kind of cheer you on through it all is like really refreshing and nice. So yeah, shout out to, those little things, but they mean a lot. And hope everyone else has a good Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I would say I'm thankful for, number one, getting to do a podcast. I think getting to do a podcast with my best friend is always something that I would be thankful for, something we hit on every year. I'm thankful for you guys in the back, like that none of this is even possible or happens without the work that you guys put in. I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for a few different parts. Number one, I'm thankful for my old man. I'm thankful for my dad. He started off at probably like 280 pounds when he went sober in July. And my old man is now down to 213 pounds. He texts me every week to let me know what his weight is. And he's been an awesome example to look at. So I'm very thankful for my old man. I'm thankful for my brothers who get to come down this week. There's been a lot of adversity internally with the fam since the passing of my mom. And this will be like the first kind of holiday to where everybody is together in a positive way. I feel my voice shaking. I'm going, hang on a second. You got this, Willie B. And, dude, I'm thankful for my wife. My wife, she's been a fucking superstar. I'm thankful for a healthy baby number 2, Scotty Jolie. My wife, man, like we had a C-section. She's been in some adversity herself with the nerve stuff going on, but the way she handles it, the way she journals, the way she gets out and walks, the fact that she, Taylor, like when you're watching your wife carry around your child for 9-10 months, my wife, she's a business owner. She runs like 2 Bar 3 studios here in Nashville. And just seeing the way that she's taking everything on and taking everything in stride allows me to, we're obviously 2 weeks out from having a baby. I'm trying to be home as much as possible, but she allows me to continue to go out to Chicago for a quick day and get my ass back right away. Allows me to be around you guys. She knows when it's like, hey, go take a couple hours and do this. So super thankful for my family, man. I feel going into this Thanksgiving, having our family come to us. Her parents now live in Nashville. They're out in Mount Juliet, so they're a phone call away. That's been very good for us. My family coming in this week with my dad, my brothers. That's going to be an incredible time. My wife, just shout out everybody. Shout out you guys. My Bussin family and my immediate family, I am super thankful for.
Happy Thanksgiving, Will.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Very nice. Obviously, I'm thankful for the boys in the back. Without you guys, this show just does not exist. Will and I don't have the capabilities to do what you guys do and to bring this thing out every single week. So I'm thankful for each and every one of you for specific reasons. I'm thankful for this year. 2024 has been an awesome year. It's been so much more fun. I think a couple of you guys touched on it. The fall last year was just an absolute grind. I think we all got in and over our heads a little bit. I remember, looking at JP's eyes in the middle of October while he was doing the vlog, doing slips and picks, doing part of Bussin. Yeah. Oh, I forgot we even did bet the bus. But those types of things and being able to everyone take a piece of that pie and seeing how we knew we were getting ourselves into this year. And I think everyone's enjoyed and embraced it's crazy to say, but the suck of the fall. Getting after it, going on these trips, consistently being away from our homes, sleeping in hotel beds. That is something that I think is overlooked quite a bit because we do travel so much and it's kind of just expected from you guys. And it is fun, but I'm super grateful that for the most part, we all take it on the chin and keep moving forward and try to make the best content we possibly can. And so I'm very thankful for you guys in the back. Obviously, as always, I'm thankful to do this podcast. I think it's super underrated to have the ability and the chance, because your friend when you're high in 2018 at a Chinese restaurant is let's start a podcast, not knowing about the inevitable end that comes with football that a lot of people kind of touch on but don't talk a whole lot about, is how hard the transition could be. The transition was very easy because there was a sense of purpose and a sense of being able to creatively still make something. And if it wasn't for us having that conversation and you wanted to take that leap, it would have never happened. And it's turned into something that we both never expected. And I think that's, we talk about it a lot. I think you especially do a great job with gratitude and stuff like that, but just constantly hitting that home. It's really important. Super thankful for my wife. So 2023 was a tough year, a lot of ups and downs, a lot of adversity, not necessarily for me and my wife, but exteriors outside that were trying to affect our home. It was very difficult. And 2024, you've seen a lot of those things kind of turn and go into our favor. And it wouldn't be going this way if it wasn't for Taylor being the rock that she is at our house. I have a tendency to hit more of a roller coaster when things are good or bad. And Taylor does an amazing job of staying consistent. She's also found her passions. She started a company called Nature Add Nurture with her friend Delaney, Ernest's wife. They are finding passion in nature and how to slow down life and just try to give something back to the world, which I'm extremely proud of and grateful for her seeking. She's an amazing mom. I'm grateful for my 2 kids. They are outstanding. Just getting this weekend with Win. It's insane to know that we talked about she's peak kid right now. And soon that'll be gone. And soon she will be a teenager. She's not going to want to be around her parents so much. So having those moments of just, something she doesn't care about, like going to a football game, is super special because I know that's going to now be a core memory for her. So that was really nice. And as always, man, I'm thankful for the future because I think this, not only this bus, my family, but for all of us, I think we're all headed in a great direction. I'm very excited to see what happens. That's what I got.
Love it, man. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, boys.
Dude, being a dad is...
It's hard. Did you start talking about your kids and you feel it and you're like, I don't want to cry right now.
Yeah.
I don't feel like doing that right now.
Yeah.
It's way
exciting.
different, man. It makes you pissed off at all people. It's like, yeah, I remember when I had a dog, when I got my first. It's like, no, it's not even fucking close. It's not even close.
But fortunately, they'll get to find out one day, hopefully.
I
hope everybody has a girl, dude. And Rue and I, we've been hitting a stride too. Obviously, Charles around Scotty a lot more than she is able to be with Rue because of all the needs that Scotty has right now, and so it's allowed time for Rue and I to connect even more. And it's just it's the best, man.
It's awesome.
It really is. Even
the tough times too, like when they're having a temper tantrum or a bad attitude about something. Like if you're able to be present and be like, this is a teaching moment. Yeah. And you kind of can work through those weeds. You're like, man, maybe I am fucking doing this right.
I'll be like, Rue, what does Daniel Tiger say? I need you to take a step back and take a breath. If you're frustrated, just take a step back. I need that right now.
Yeah.
Dada, you happy? Dada's going to be happy here in a second. She's very good. She's starting to get awareness with emotions a lot.
Yeah.
About like frustrated and angry and sad. And she's got this keen ability to know the second you start to get a little off kilter, her immediate go-to is, Dada, you happy? It's like don't
Don't do
try to
that.
mess with me right now.
Don't fucking flip it on me right now, kid.
Yeah.
Wynn has this insane, like ultimate curiosity about everything. She asks these questions that you're just like, what the fuck are we doing? It's amazing. That kid's special. That kid's
JP almost
very,
didn't
very
get out of the
special.
house the other day. JP, shout out the boy. He dropped off him and Sitting came over and dropped off some cookies. Phenomenal cookies. I mean, buddy. What are those called? Oatmeal? Yeah, it was like one of Charles' favorites, and they are insane. Like butterscotch oatmeal?
Yeah.
The fuck?
Bro, they're crazy. And JP and Sitting went nuts. I don't know if did you make them at all, JP, or was that Sitting?
Moral support.
Moral support. Sitting went crazy with them butterscotch chips. Bro, they're in every bite.
I had one.
There's like 12 of them in there. Yeah, they're crazy, bro. Shout out to you guys, but everybody knows how much Rue's a fan of JP, and thank God for JP.
God.
She almost didn't let me go.
She almost didn't let him go. She almost didn't let him get out there. But those cookies are crazy. That's a shout out, no free shout out. Your boy's sending you some cookies. Twisted question?
Twisted question.
Before we all start crying in here?
Yeah. The shaved head looks good. Once you take off that back part, it's
This
gonna look
Twisted
solid.
question brought to us by Twisted Tea. Twisted Tea is a refreshing hard iced tea made with real brewed tea and 5% alcohol. Full of flavor and very refreshing. It goes down smooth because there's zero carbonation, which makes it easy to drink all day long. Twisted Tea feels fun and celebrates extreme fandom on game day. It is the perfect alcohol beverage for game day, whether tailgating, watching at the bar, or watching with your friends at home. Twisted Tea is there to turn up your game day, so keep it twisted with the boys and grab a refreshing Twisted Tea today. Gentlemen, the question?
Twisted question this week. Aliens have come to destroy Earth. Unless you can impress them with your cooking, what dish and sides are you making to save the world?
I'm going to keep it simple. I'm going to
Kiss.
hand them a bowl of Cinnamon Toast Crunch with some whole milk. I'm going to say, go ahead and try that. Let me see.
Give
what
some
you
raw milk, dude. Get them down to earth.
think. But yeah, I think a nice bowl of Cinnamon Toast Crunch will make peace.
Yeah.
We'd make peace with the aliens.
That's the taste you can see.
Thai basil chicken.
I mean, I'd hook them up with some Thai basil chicken, but if I'm like, something go-to that is like you're extending a hand of peace and collaboration, you take a bite of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, that'll solve a lot of your problems.
You went to chili and peanut butter sandwiches?
There's a lot of things that I would do. There's a lot of things that I would
But
do.
he's trying to be as safe as possible.
Yeah,
Knowing that the taste buds of these aliens will probably feel the best with Cinnamon Toast Crunch
yeah.
and some whole milk in their mouth.
The lead alien will take a bite. He'll start passing the bowl around. I'll say,
How many
no,
spoons?
don't do that. I got more spoons.
Yeah. Germs.
Yeah, germs, yeah.
And you get hit up with, y'all haven't even got to the best part. And then they drink it after.
Oh
Yeah.
my god!
Yeah,
So you'd
let
have to
it
get
sit,
each
let it sit,
alien their
let it
own
sit.
bowl. They'd have to have their own bowl.
Yeah. Here's a bowl of Cinnamon Toast Crunch that's been sitting for 2 minutes. Go ahead, enjoy.
Yeah. Hold on. All right, go ahead. I would make.
Cap.
I would make deviled eggs. I would do. I have gone.
We're dead, bro. Deviled
Bro,
eggs?
hold on now. I fuck with deviled eggs. I think it's such an underrated dish. And low key, I'm kind of decent. I've gotten in this weird little world of boiling eggs, and I don't know. Taylor, did you... Hey, relax, dude. Let me finish
Hey,
up.
I'm kind of nice at boiling eggs, man.
Hey, I do peel them nice. Pull them in cold water, put them in there for 10 minutes, cold water, ice already in there, pop them in there, and I get myself a Yeti cup, put one in there, I shake it around until it's nice and crumbly. That thing just peels off like it's nothing, buddies. It's nothing. So I just start doing that. I'm thinking to myself, well, how can I take these boiled eggs to the next level? A little bit of mayonnaise in there, a little bit of hot sauce, put a little package, cut the plastic, squeegee that thing on top with it all mashed in with the yellow stuff, and then you put a little everything bagel on there. It's not hard to make.
Bring us some, bro.
Yeah, bring us
dude,
some.
Not after your reaction. Not after your reaction.
We're talking about saving the world, and you're talking about
bro,
deviled
but
eggs.
yeah, I'm saying I'm thinking to myself, I have to make something, and recently I've been making this, dude.
You know what I wanted to say? I wanted to say my my jalapeno apple ribs, but I know how they've tasted like at their best, and you guys haven't gotten to taste that. So part of me wanted to reel that one in.
You know what we do? We
Because
probably
you
we
Go
just
ahead.
call Chef Kuso. But hey, I need you to
for
do something
sure,
real quick.
For sure, you get a lifeline. It's going to Chef Kusa
Yeah,
or Chef
100%. Or Chef Donnie. Or Chef Jason.
Yeah, or Chef
Jason.
Or Chef Willie, Chef Boyar.
Yeah, it says the guy who said Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
I'm just saying, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, you take a bite of that, you're going to know like you're in a safe space.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that. I understand
Deviled
that.
eggs, like those are hit and miss with people.
Especially this time of year with the cinnamon and the
There's
holidays.
not a person in the
No
world
doubt.
that doesn't like Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
No doubt. I understand. I'm really flipping a coin on the deviled egg, especially me making it. It's like a 33% chance now. I'm just saying if I had to make something, that's where I'm going to sit most confident. Actually making something.
Yeah.
Not pouring milk in a bowl.
So you're hating on the Cinnamon Toast
No,
Crunch? You
I
wouldn't
think
like
it's a
the
great
Cinnamon Toast
decision.
Crunch?
I think it's a great decision. I'm thinking to myself, I actually have to make something. Not open a box, take a bowl, and put milk in it.
You gotta go with the sure thing. Let's run the football.
Run the ball.
Let's run the football.
Oh, talking shit. All right, tier talk. Do we want just you and me to do tier talk, or do we want?
And not to mention the Cinnamon Toast Crunch. You bring in like 10 boxes. You could take them for the road. Hey, go up and talk. Go talk with your high council up there. Just bring them this. I got some bowls. Here's some spoons. Here's some boxes of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. You can make this up there.
Those fun like cartoon spoons too.
No eating needed.
Yeah. All right. It is the best answer. It is the best answer. Those deviled eggs though, we'd probably die.
Deviled eggs. Obviously, tier talk. Let's hit Thanksgiving sides. I'm assuming your tier one's gonna be deviled eggs.
No. I actually didn't think deviled eggs was like a Thanksgiving side. Like when I was going through my brain of Thanksgiving sides, I didn't think to myself deviled eggs.
Some people don't do it. I know I've done it.
I was thinking more of a traditional Thanksgiving when it came to my tier talk. Are you and I just doing tier talk and none of the boys, or should we just do us two?
We can have 3 lists out there. 3 lists. Back of the bus. Taylor will.
You want to go first? Or you want me to go first? I'll go first. You did the thankful thing first. I'll do this first.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So when I was,
Got to be quick because we got to roll.
Yeah, you're right.
We have to roll.
Okay, we got to roll.
So you guys
So
got to be fast out there too. Not a lot of explanation.
All right. Where the fuck are my notes at? Okay. When I was putting together my sides, I thought to myself strictly the sides because I think there's a lot of like green bean casserole. To me, that's a well prepared dish. And I want to get to the basics of everything. Except for my tier 2. Honorable mention is going to go to mashed potatoes. It's basic, but the way I look at Thanksgiving is this. 9 times out of 10, your turkey is going to be dry. I like to take all of the fixins that I like, put them into one dish, cut it all up, and mash it all together. And I think mashed potatoes do a great job of enhancing that dish. Then you take cranberry sauce and gravy and you just drizzle the thing over the top, boys. We're talking about getting fat on this day. My tier 3 is going to go to cranberry sauce. I think it goes a long way. I didn't respect it as a kid. I respect it now. My tier 2 is where I kind of get off the trail a little bit. Sweet potato casserole. Sweet potato casserole with the marshmallows on top. 3 years ago, we did a little thing at our house. Jason had to go be with his family, so he couldn't cook. So Taylor and I had to make sweet potato casserole. I put it in the top oven on the top shelf. Mashed potatoes caught on fire. I started a fire in my house when people were at the house. It wasn't my best moment. That was a shit dish. For the most part, with the marshmallows on, it's really good. My tier 1 is going to go to a Thanksgiving classic. It's something that as a kid you despise. You don't even like looking at it. But as you get older, you start to figure out why it is so important. And that is stuffing. Let's go. Stuffing is my tier 1. And that is my tier talk.
Strong.
Yeah. Good. Classics.
Hyphenated strong finish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tasty.
Fat.
That's what it's all about on Thanksgiving, dude. Catching the MLBs.
Keep it short, keep it sweet. My tier 3 is going to be corn. And my tier 2 is going to be mashed potatoes and gravy. And my tier 1 shares with yours, stuffing. You put all of those sides together, that entire tier talk, you put them all together with the gravy on top. That is your ultimate side dish for Thanksgiving. Throw some turkey in it and you're set for a plate.
Nebraska.
Not even cream corn, just corn.
Corn.
Hey, cream corn though. Cream corn is crazy.
Corn is,
dude.
Yeah,
creme brulee corn is number 1.
Oh, that's some rich shit.
Corn casserole. There's a lot of different corn dishes out there, but yeah,
you're just saying just pure,
whatever's sitting there, it's got corn involved.
Out of the can, dump it, warm it up. That's it.
I'm good with that.
I'm with it. Tracker food. Honorable. Oh, solid. Yeah.
Expected.
Simple.
Constipated.
Gobble gobble. Hyphenated.
Back of the bus, tier talk, rip them.
Honorable mention, cranberries. I love cranberries so much. I used to get them on Christmas. Cranberries and glass bottle of Coke would be wrapped up under the tree. Cranberries is my honorable mention. Who wants tier 3?
I'll hit tier 3. This one has not been mentioned yet. It gets, I don't know how it got overlooked, but mac and cheese. But it's got to be done well. It's got to be somebody with an older grandmother who really knows her recipe. She maybe got like the extra cheese she puts on top after it's already been done. Put it in the oven for a sec. Let it get a little crust on top. But I think a mac and cheese is a solid dish for Thanksgiving.
I'm going to do green bean casserole. It's warm. It's got some juice to it so it can mix with stuff. And it's got a little crunch on the top. So, triple threat. And yeah. Shit's fire.
I'm going to go with stuffing. It's the ultimate classic. It's like iconic for Thanksgiving. You never like sit down for a meal at any other time of the year and eat stuffing. It's Thanksgiving dinner. It's one of the best sides. It brings it all home. Stuffing.
Another honorable mention, I guess it's not the meat of choice, but ham.
Ham's a good one. Ham for Christmas, though.
Both.
You're right. I don't know why I said that. I almost just said that to create some animosity.
As we wrap up the show, can I just say one thing about mac and cheese? Yeah. It's a little bit overrated to me when it comes to Thanksgiving. It's a little bit overrated.
I agree with you. Can I say something else about mac and cheese?
Go ahead.
20% off this Black Friday.
No way.
20% off this Black Friday. Bussin with the boys gear. Girl dad, boy dad. Be a fucking wolf.
Be a fucking wolf.
We got it all.
Got it all.
Big hugs, tiny kisses. Thank you guys. Hell of an episode. Leave comments. Happy Thanksgiving.